gentlemen, monthly time and date. So this is huge. Another 3 candle box strategy. Pay attention how it played out. Right? You had the last week of this last month have that pressure on down, forming the first candle giving you the resistance, the second one giving you support. You box it up, and then as the third one develops, depending what time frame we're on, and so on and so on and so on. So, but pay attention to this was the monthly. So pay attention how this weekly closed and how the market was doing, and from people that don't really are really new to this. A bunch of people are new to this shit and don't really understand. Think about it, folks. People that have been in the S&P 500 and Wall Street, just Wall Street, regular fucking forex or market, have a hard time even getting it or understanding how the S&P or whatnot works or moves. And the same thing. Now imagine them understanding crypto, especially just being a baby, barely 10, fucking more than 10 years old. Like, how many fucking years? Since 2009 or some shit, or 10. Anyways, so yeah, what they're gonna say is, a lot of people don't understand how, and I keep saying this, crypto, Bitcoin and Ethereum in particular, are connected to the S&P 500. So whatever the S&P 500 does, Bitcoin and Ethereum does too, and so on and so on. Chain domino effect. But it was just interesting how what the market was doing and how the market would play out. Therefore, if you can understand how the S&P was gonna move, you will understand how Bitcoin and Ethereum were gonna then react or whatnot. And then you have your XRP and all your big altcoins or whatnot. So let me start off with the S&P 500. Don't want to get too ahead of myself. These are monthly. I'm gonna take my indicator off. So this is the S&P 500. There's your time and date. Cam Rams, what's up, man? Alright, so this is the monthly S&P 500, and I'm about to explain to you guys yesterday. Yesterday I was saying how the market was gonna react because it was a no shock that they weren't gonna let the market or keep the government open back again, or say, hey, we all agreed and we want to keep the government open back on. We want to, no, you want to create chaos, you want to create fear so the market dips, and then, hey, you know what, we decided to get an agreement. We put a shitload of papers together and we passed this bill and the government's open again, and we both sides wanted what we wanted, and we're happy, and you guys are safe now, and the market celebrates and whatnot. So now let me go to a forward candle, and I'll explain to you guys how the S&P was gonna react. Let me see, 1 hour candle. Here we go, Tuesday night. I don't want to put all my bullshit up, but I'll explain to you guys with the Fibonacci's and the trend line, how it's all lining up. So here we have the S&P 500 1 hour candle. Let's see, Junior Guzman, what's up, man? So right here we have the S&P 500 Tuesday. I said in my last video, Tuesday night video or Monday night video, either or, I'll explain how this would happen. Even though we were gonna try Monday, I said the market's gonna go up, try one more time, fake it, because as we get closer to nighttime, the market's gonna get close. The fucking investors, the market knows that the government's gonna shut it down. So as it gets closer and the fear spreads out through social media and the news and everything, investors start doing what they do. The market does what it does, manipulate it, and it starts going down. I then say once we go down, we're gonna test the 12-hour Fibonacci and the 4-hour Fibonacci right here in this area. And if anything, we were gonna bounce from this area, then going up, depending how the data will come out. So here we have uh, your 11:45 to 12:30. It's always important to you, no matter if it's nighttime or daytime. 11:45 to 12:30 is always important. So as the market was dropping down and it was dropping down early, your time to pay attention to was going to be 11:45, 12:30. So here we have Tuesday, 11, 12, seeing how we create support there. On top of that, that's where your 12-hour, that's where your 12-hour Fibonacci. All right, you guys. Sorry for that. So I'm back. So yeah, I was playing this how the market would come down and test this 12-hour candle Fibonacci. Uh, 12-hour candle 50 Fibonacci and the 4-hour candle 50 Fibonacci, and close to the trend line. And depending on the market, how the day was gonna come out, you were either gonna see a withdrawal around your 7:45 to 8:30, and depending if the market right here, because here you have your 6 in the morning data came out. So you would have seen the opposite. You would have seen come down here, and your 7:45 to 8:30, and within a struggle, continue going on down, or your 7:45 to 8:30 within a go back up again. But obviously, this told you right here, especially the market being by the all-time high, and if you would have gone to your 4-hour candle, 12-hour candle, just seeing it from the bigger view, just seeing from the pattern. Also, this is the pattern right here. And these are, when people see this on their phones, they normally see that. They might see just a little bit piece like this, but as I don't know what you call it, what you would call me or whatnot, but as a person who knows how to read these candles, there's shapes and patterns. Or the patterns tell you how the market's gonna react, what pattern it's gonna do. This one right here, I fucking just call it a V shape, a U shape, or whatnot. And depending, also having uh, other shit on it like your Fibonacci's, knowing where they're at, especially the 50 Fibonacci, especially for your 3 monthly, your monthly, your weekly, your daily, your 12-hour candle, 8-hour candle, having all those sectioned out throughout your graph, especially me. That's why you see all this crap. That's why you see those circles. Those circles represent the 50 Fibonacci of each candle, but most of the candles are in the same area. That's why you just see three of them. A red one is a 4-hour candle, 50 Fibonacci. 12-hour, yellow one is a 12-hour candle, 50 Fibonacci, and the green one is a 2-hour candle, 50 Fibonacci. So that's why I said if the market was going to go down, those were the prices the market was going to be testing. And as the morning came up, you were of course gonna get your hopes up and all that. It's like you're a kid, and you can't wait to open your gift. So the earlier those last 3 hours or 4 hours that you can fucking that it's almost time to open your gift. Your emotions, you get more excited, especially if uh, and if you hope and you keep hearing that it's what you wanted. The same shit with this. This is our gift. Oh shit, tomorrow's a big day. I heard we're gonna get this and that. So the market fucking starts getting happier. So it's obvious that as the market is dumping on down throughout the night, and it S&P does the same shit fucking every time. If you follow it on futures, pay attention to your 11:45 and your 12:30. Pay attention to, especially when you have data at early 5 in the morning, and they all come out at 5, 5:15, 5:30 early in the morning, and they're dropping throughout the morning. You know that as you get closer to your 4 o'clock, the market is gonna recover and whatnot. Anyways, don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I also was mentioning how we had a 3 candle box right here in the weekly. On my Monday and Tuesday video, I was talking about this 3 candle box strategy that I talk about. There was another one for Bitcoin on the monthly, I believe. Yeah, and even though it didn't complete, as long as this third candle is still inside of this box, whether it be 50% of it, especially how it was, they will tell me, okay, especially if we get good data today, you're gonna see Bitcoin and Ethereum and crypto follow, especially at the S&P fucking rallies on up and whatnot. And that's exactly what happened with Bitcoin. And then the other one is Ethereum. Ethereum is doing it right now. Let me check what candle. I think it's in the monthly right now. Yeah, Ethereum is right now in the monthly. I don't want to get too detailed in all three of them because I might want to talk about Ethereum, Bitcoin, and XRP. But pretty much on my Monday and Tuesday video, I was telling you guys about how the markets were getting ready to, they were all showing you how they were getting ready to blowing up to go on top. Still cautious because we still got 2 more days for this week. Not just that, we have, and I was mentioning this, we have mid-October starting with earnings, with the banks, with the big guys. So all this, even if we get some sort of bad data again and we come back down this next week, pay attention because we got earnings and that's gonna boost up the market along with whatever bullshit they end up tweeting, or he ends up tweeting that makes the market even more happier because he ends up saying some fucking shit, whatever the fuck it is. How long have I been? 14 minutes. But yeah, hope that fucking made sense, you guys. I'll make a video later because it's still too early. The S&P is gonna do what the S&P is gonna fucking do. It's happy as fuck. So I'm gonna check in around 11:30 just to see where it's at, to explain more what data is coming out tomorrow and how it's gonna react, or how I expect the market to react. All right, thank you guys. Have a good night.